Hey, third grade, we are back with a reading of our paired selection called Sharing Cultures. The genre of this text is expository text. An expository text is a book about facts where you will learn something. Let's see what we learn about in our story today, Sharing Cultures. Let's see what we learn about in this text, Sharing Cultures. Let's get started.
Sharing Cultures. Pat Mora is an author. Khadir Nelson is an artist. Their stories and paintings help others learn about different cultures. Pat Mora loves books. Pat Mora has a special word for how she feels about books. She calls it book joy. Born in El Paso, Texas in 1942, Pat learned to love books and reading from her mother. Books are magic to Pat. "I wouldn't be me without books," she says. Pat grew up in a bilingual home. That means she and her family spoke both English and Spanish. Pat is proud of her culture. She has written more than 36 children's books. Many of them are written in both English and Spanish. Pat uses her stories and poems to share her culture. She works hard to share her love of books with all children. Every year in April, many libraries and schools in America celebrate Dia. Dia is the nickname for Children's Day, Book Day. Dia means day in Spanish. Children get together at libraries, schools, and parks to celebrate. It's like a big book fiesta or party. Caption: Pat Mora grew up in a town on the border of America and Mexico.
So far, I can see that this text is all about the author Pat Mora. I really like how the author uses these different word choices to explain how she feels about books and how she feels about her culture. How does Pat Mora feel about books? Let's continue reading.
Heroes and History. Khadir Nelson was born in Washington, D.C. in 1974. When he was 3 years old, he picked up a pencil and started drawing. Then, when he turned 11, he spent the summer with his uncle. His uncle was an artist and teacher. Khadir says that summer changed his life. Khadir is inspired by brave and honest leaders. He sometimes paints African American heroes he admires, such as Martin Luther King Jr. He also paints great athletes and everyday heroes, such as dads taking their children to the beach. Khadir wants people to feel good when they look at his art. His paintings are colorful and real. They burst with action. Khadir says he has always been an artist, sharing how he sees the world as part of who he is. Inspired by cultures. Pat's books and Khadir's paintings are inspired by their cultures. Their stories and paintings contribute to how other people see the world. That's inspiring. Caption: Khadir Nelson has also illustrated many children's books. His art has been on magazine covers.
At what age does Khadir begin drawing? This expository text taught us a lot about Pat Mora, the author, and Khadir Nelson, the illustrator. It told us about when they were born and how they grew up, and about all of the accomplishments that they made as they got older. It also makes a connection to culture and how their individual cultures in their families and how they were raised was a big inspiration to their work. I'm going to make a text to text connection. This reminds me of our other story, Gary the Dreamer, and how Gary Soto was inspired by his culture and in the ways that he grew up. All right, boys and girls, I hope you've enjoyed this story. See you back tomorrow. Bye for now.